California, golden beaches, Hollywood glamour, and some of the most iconic tourist destinations in the entire world. But here's the thing, nobody wants to tell you. For every amazing California experience, there is an overpriced, overhyped tourist trap just waiting to separate you from your hard-earned cash. And trust me, I have fallen for more than a few of them myself. So today, we are going to save you some serious money and a whole lot of disappointment. These are California's 10 worst tourist traps. The places that look amazing in the brochures but leave your wallet lighter and your expectations shattered. Let's get into it. Look, I get it. Fisherman's Wharf is iconic. It's been in a million movies and TV shows. You have the sea lions at Pier 39, the sourdough bread bowls, and the street performers. But here's the reality check. This place has become a massive tourist assembly line designed to extract maximum dollars from visitors who do not know any better. $25 for a bowl of clam chowder and a bread bowl that tastes like it came from a can? Check. $30 for a sweatshirt that says, "I left my heart in San Francisco." That was probably made overseas? You bet. And those famous Dungeness crab stands? You are paying triple what locals pay at the actual fish markets just a few blocks away. The real kicker is that San Francisco has so many better seafood spots. Head to Swan Oyster Depot or Taddich Grill if you want authentic San Francisco seafood without the inflated tourist prices. Or just walk a few blocks away from the wharf to North Beach, where you can get incredible Italian food for half the price. Fun fact, those sea lions everyone comes to see at Pier 39 only started showing up in 1989 after the Loma Prieta earthquake. Before that, the pier was just a regular old marina. The sea lions basically turned it into a tourist magnet overnight, and businesses have been cashing in ever since. Number 9. The Hollywood Walk of Fame. Ah, yes. I remember the first time I visited Hollywood Boulevard. I had a romanticized vision of the street as glamorous, where movie magic seemed to hang in the air. Instead, I found a dirty sidewalk, aggressive street performers who demanded tips for photos, and the overwhelming smell of disappointment mixed with cheap perfume from souvenir shops. Here is what nobody tells you. Most of the stars on the Walk of Fame are people you have never heard of. You will spend an hour looking for your favorite celebrity star, dodging costumed characters who get strangely aggressive if you photograph them without paying, all while trying not to step in something questionable on the sidewalk. The hand and footprints at Grauman's Chinese Theater are actually one of the few cool parts. You do not need to pay for a movie ticket or a tour to see them. They are right there on the sidewalk, free. If you want real Hollywood history, skip the Walk of Fame and take a tour of the historic studios like Warner Brothers or Paramount. You will actually see where movies and TV shows are made, and you will not feel like you need a shower afterward. Number 8. Pier 39 in San Francisco. Wait, did we already talk about Fisherman's Wharf? Yes, but Pier 39 deserves its own mention because it is basically a shopping mall sitting on a pier. This is tourist trap inception. Everything here is overpriced. The food, the souvenirs, the attractions. You have a carousel that costs more than some theme park admissions. There is an aquarium that is fine, but it costs almost as much as the incredible Monterey Bay Aquarium, which is leagues better and only a couple of hours away. The worst part? The views of Alcatraz and the Golden Gate Bridge from Pier 39 are legitimately beautiful, so people assume everything else must be worth it too. Spoiler alert, it is not. You can get those same views for free from dozens of other spots around the bay. Number 7. Venice Beach Boardwalk. Venice Beach should come with a warning label. Prepare to be hassled, harassed, and horrified by prices. Don't get me wrong, Venice has character, lots of it, maybe too much of it. Street performers, Muscle Beach, the skate park, it's all there. But so are the aggressive vendors, the questionable street food at insane prices, and an overall vibe that can shift from quirky to uncomfortable pretty quickly. Those vendors selling art and sunglasses are going to follow you down the boardwalk. That guy offering to freestyle rap your name is going to expect at least $20 afterward. And that parking, good luck finding anything under $30 for a few hours. The beach itself is actually pretty nice, but you're paying premium prices for an experience that's more chaotic street fare than relaxing beach day. Head up to Manhattan Beach or down to Hermosa Beach if you want actual beach vibes, without feeling like you're running a gauntlet. Fun fact, Venice Beach was originally built in 1905 as a resort town with actual canals meant to look like Venice, Italy. Most of those canals are still there, tucked away in the residential neighborhoods, and they're actually really beautiful and peaceful. Nobody tells tourists about them because they're too busy getting squeezed for cash on the boardwalk. Okay, hear me out on this one. Alcatraz is historically significant. It's genuinely interesting. But is it worth the hassle and the price? I'm not so sure anymore. First, you have to book tickets weeks or even months in advance because they sell out constantly. Then you're paying around $40 to $50 per person just for the ferry and the audio tour. Factor in parking in San Francisco, which will run you another $30 to $40 easily, and you are looking at a pretty expensive day for what is essentially a self-guided audio tour of an old prison. The tour itself is good, I'll give it that. But here's the thing, you are spending half your day on this one attraction. Ferry ride there, tour, ferry ride back. By the time you're done, you have burned 4 to 5 hours and a chunk of cash that could have gotten you into multiple other San Francisco attractions. If you're really into prison history, it might be worth it. But for most people, especially families with kids who are going to get bored looking at empty cells, there are better ways to spend your time and your money in San Francisco. Number 5, Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills. Unless you are actually planning to drop $5,000 on a handbag or $10,000 on a watch, Rodeo Drive is basically an overpriced outdoor museum of things you cannot afford. Sure, you can window shop, you can take some photos, you can pretend you are in Pretty Woman. But that is going to get old in about 15 minutes. The parking is expensive. The nearby restaurants are expensive. Even the coffee is expensive. And here is the dirty secret. Most celebrities do not even shop here anymore. They have personal shoppers who bring stuff to them, or they shop online like everyone else. If you want to see how wealthy people live, take a drive through the residential streets of Beverly Hills or up into the Hollywood Hills. It is free. You can see some genuinely impressive architecture, and you will not feel like you are being judged for not wearing designer clothes. Now, before you come at me in the comments, let me be clear. Universal Studios can be fun. The Harry Potter area is legitimately impressive, and the studio tour is a cool piece of Hollywood history. But here is the problem. You are paying well over $100 per person, sometimes closer to $200 depending on the day, for a park that you can pretty much see entirely in about 4 to 5 hours. Compare that to Disneyland, which is roughly the same price but has way more rides, better theming, and can easily fill 2 full days. Universal Studios feels like you are paying theme park prices for half a theme park, and the food is outrageously expensive, even by theme park standards. The worst part is that Universal Studios Hollywood is nowhere near as good as Universal Orlando. If you are going to do Universal, save your money and go to Florida, where you get two massive parks with way more to do for roughly the same price. Here is a fun fact. The studio tour at Universal is actually the original attraction. The theme park part was added later and was built around the tour. So in a way, you are paying theme park prices for what started as a studio tour with some rides tacked on. Number 3. Lombard Street. The most crooked street in the world, 8 hairpin turns, beautifully landscaped, and also completely not worth the traffic nightmare you will endure to drive down it, or the crowds you will fight through to walk down it. This is literally one block. One very slow, very crowded, very overhyped block. People wait in line for 30 to 45 minutes just to drive down this thing, and then it is over in about 60 seconds. Congratulations! You just spent more time waiting than actually experiencing the attraction. If you're thinking about walking down it instead, be prepared to dodge cars and navigate through crowds of other tourists, all trying to get the same Instagram shot. It is like a theme park ride where the ride is just waiting in line. Here's the thing. San Francisco has dozens of other crooked and steep streets that are just as interesting and have zero crowds. Vermont Street is actually more crooked than Lombard, but nobody knows about it because it is not famous. You can drive or walk down it anytime you want without the hassle. Number 2, Hollywood sign hikes. Everyone wants that photo with the Hollywood sign. I get it. It is iconic, but the hikes to get close to it have become absolutely overrun, and the city has made access increasingly difficult and annoying. Parking is a nightmare. The neighborhoods around the popular trailheads have implemented resident-only parking because they got so sick of tourists. So you are either parking illegally and risking a ticket, or you are parking really far away and adding extra miles to your hike. The trails themselves are crowded, and depending on which one you take, you might not even get that great of a view. And here's the kicker. You cannot actually hike to the sign. It is fenced off. You can hike near it, but you are not getting right up to those letters for a photo. The best views of the Hollywood sign are actually from various spots around the city where you can just drive up, park, take your photo, and leave without the 2-hour hike. Lake Hollywood Park, Griffith Observatory, or even certain spots on Mulholland Drive will give you better photos with way less hassle. And here we are. The #1 tourist trap in all of California, Santa Monica Pier. This place has it all. Overpriced carnival games, where you'll spend $50 trying to win a stuffed animal worth $5. An amusement park with rides that cost way more than they should. Parking that will run you $15 to $20 or more. And crowds. Oh my goodness, the crowds. The food on the pier ranges from mediocre to downright bad, all at prices that would make Disneyland blush. You want a funnel cake? That will be $15. Fish and chips? $25 for portions that would fit in your hand. And do not even get me started on the restaurant at the end of the pier that charges fine dining prices for food court quality. The beach around the pier is actually nice, I will give it that. But you do not need to go to the pier to enjoy the beach. Walk literally anywhere else along Santa Monica Beach and you will have a better experience. Better yet, head down to Manhattan Beach, Hermosa Beach, or even up to Malibu, where you can actually relax without feeling like you are in a carnival designed by someone who hates tourists. Fun fact, the Santa Monica Pier has been featured in tons of movies and television shows, which is probably why it became such a tourist magnet in the first place. But here is what they do not show you in those movies: the parking struggle, the crowds, and the prices that make you question all your life choices. Look, California has some of the most amazing attractions in the world. World-class national parks, beautiful beaches, incredible cities, and attractions that are absolutely worth every penny. But it also has more than its fair share of tourist traps that are banking on you not knowing any better. Do your research, talk to locals, and don't be afraid to skip the must-see attractions if they don't actually interest you. Your California vacation will be a whole lot better, and your wallet will thank you. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button. I make videos about travel, tourist traps, hidden gems, and how to actually enjoy your vacations without getting ripped off. Drop a comment below and let me know what's the worst tourist trap you've ever visited. I'd love to hear your stories. Stay smart out there, and I'll see you in the next one.